you want some additional height for the front end of your 2020 and newer Silverado or Sierra 2500 or 3500, but don't want to compromise your ride quality or your budget, then the Rancho 2-inch Level It system is the kit for you. Featuring specially designed shocks and new torsion bar keys, this kit gives you all the essentials without compromising. Before we dive into the more technical stuff, let's cover the thing you all want to know: how much tire you can fit on your truck with this kit installed. Since this is a 2-inch front leveling kit, it will accommodate up to 33-inch tires without rubbing or the need for other modifications. Giving you that additional 2 inches of height are a set of torsion bar keys. Now these are beefy forged units that give you more leeway to crank the torsion bars up and get you up to 2 inches of lift for your truck's front end. Now the nice thing about torsion bars and these associated keys is that you can dial them in exactly how you want them. But again, you can get up to 2 inches of lift with these, and that's what they're designed for. So if you want your truck to sit perfectly level, even unloaded, crank it all the way up. If you still want your truck to sit level, even with a bunch of stuff in the bed or a heavy trailer hooked up, you can dial these back a bit so it sits nice and even that way. Now the other key to this kit are the included RS5000X extended length shocks. Designed specifically for lifted applications, these are a twin tube design that feature Rancho's cross-tune technology to prioritize a smooth, comfortable ride with the control and performance you need on a lifted truck. Inside the shocks, you'll find nitrogen gas charged to 150 psi, plus all-weather fluid that work together with low-friction, self-lubricating seals and an exclusive progressive engagement valving tuned specifically for these trucks. So what does that all mean for you? Well, this stuff combines for a smooth, almost stock ride quality in a shock that can respond to impact and compression, and it gives you the handling and response you'd expect from your truck in stock form. These particular ones are extended length, so they offer 4.3 inches of overall travel, and they were again designed specifically to work on a truck that has been lifted up to 2 inches. So even with this kit installed and the torsion bar keys cranked all the way up, you likely won't even notice a change in the way your truck rides and handles. So you get the look and the stance that you're after without having something that's going to be difficult to drive or live with. The shock bodies are 55 millimeters and they surround a 16 millimeter nitro carburized piston rod and a 35 millimeter sintered iron piston, all in the name of strength, structural integrity, and corrosion resistance. The ends feature double welded loops down here at the bottom, and you get brand new bushings at the top end. There's also a polyurethane rebound bumper and rubber bushings inside to help absorb harshness and vibrations that give you that smooth ride. The torsion bar keys are forged cast iron. These things are super solid. They're also finished off with a durable E-coat to help prevent rust and corrosion, so they should last you a good long while. Now this kit is about as close construction-wise as it gets to a factory part, so they should last like factory parts as well. Pricing comes in at about $350, and that makes this a really affordable option, and one of the most affordable leveling kits that includes shocks. It's well worth the investment if you put a lot of miles on your truck, because it's going to give you that stock ride and handling quality, but it won't blow out your budget, and you're still going to get your truck to look the way you want. Installation gets a 3 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and expect the job to take you around 4 hours to complete. While everything bolts right on here without the need for permanent modifications, the torsion bar key swap can be a little bit complicated. However, with some time and patience, this is a job you can tackle at home, and we're going to walk you through the process step by step right now. So for that, let's head out to the shop.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an extension, 3/8 1/2-inch adapter if necessary, a paint pen, a 19 millimeter swivel socket, 21, 24, and 26 millimeter sockets, a tape measure, 18 and 21 millimeter wrenches, a torsion bar tool, and also not shown here is a jack and jack stands. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing a lift kit on our Silverado, so let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to need to do is remove our factory torsion keys. So these are held in by some retainers and adjuster bolts, and we're going to need a tool to remove those. We'll pull that out in a second. The first thing you want to do is measure and mark where this adjuster bolt is sitting, because you want that to come back to the factory settings after we replace them. So we're going to take a double measurement. Essentially, we're going to grab our tape measure, measure the length of the bolt sticking out. We're also going to mark the threads with a paint pen just as a little bit of security. So factory spec is 1 3/4 inches. You want to write that down, and also you can mark your threads like so. And you want to do that for both keys. Our driver's side is at 1.5 inches. So our next step is going to be relieving the tension on our adjuster so we can get that out so that we can bring our key down fully and relieve the tension on our torsion bar itself. So there's a few different styles of torsion bar tools. Ours is kind of a U-bolt style. So what you want to do, no matter what, is wherever the top dowel is for your adjuster tool, there is a dowel locator at the top of your torsion bar support. You want to line that up, and we're going to get our tension bolt into our recess portion of our key. You'll see all this in a minute. We'll slide this over. So now we've got our U-bolt and our dowel locator in on the top of our torsion support. We're going to get our bottom section in. Again, this all depends on the style of torsion tool you have available to you. Admittedly, the C-clamp styles are easier to use. Now that we have this in, we're going to run our nuts in, as well as our adjuster screw. Just want it to touch that recess. So we're going to tighten these down just a bit, and then we can add our tension. So now we're going to run these in flush. Ours use a 24mm socket. Again, yours may be different. Now we're going to take our 26mm socket on an impact and run this bolt up to push up on our key so we can remove our adjuster screw. Now once this is loose, you know the tension is off of it. You can remove it. Sometimes you can get it out by hand, sometimes you can't. Now we'll use our 21mm socket to remove this bolt. Once that bolt is out, you can slide your adjuster nut out. Then we'll come back and relieve the tension. Then we can undo our torsion tool. Sometimes these do get a little stuck on here. So now, as you can see, we do not have tension on our torsion bar anymore. So we're gonna need to push this forward out of the retainer section in the rear so we can get our key out. Now sometimes this will go by hand, sometimes you need to use persuasion. We'll see how this one goes. We're going to slide our torsion bar forward. Now, as it comes forward, your key is going to release. So you want to make sure to have a hand there. Now we have our key out. Once you have this side out, you can do the same thing for the other side. So now we're going to install our new keys. Now you want to reference the position that your factory key came out. If you kept your torsion bar in the same spot, it's pretty easy to line this back up. What we'll do, bring this up in a position. You want to be mindful of your fingers. Once you get that through enough, it's pretty much going to sit. You want to make sure this is all the way back seated where it was. Now we can reinstall our retainer and adjuster screw. Now we'll get our tool reassembled. Easier said than done sometimes. So now we've got our tool reassembled. We've got our tension bolt lined up in the recess. Get this back to snug. Now that we have everything lined back up, we're going to tighten down our bolt and apply tension. We're going to grab our factory adjuster. We've got that back in and centered. Reinstall our adjuster screw. We'll run that back in again with our 21mm socket. You don't want to use a power tool with this. You don't want to chance messing up your threads. Once you've got this in a good bit, we can now release the tension because our adjuster is going to hold in place, and we can adjust our screw back to the OEM measurement. As you can see, that's holding the tension. Get this out of the way. Then you can fully remove your tool. So now we're going to get our adjuster screw back to its original measurement. We need to go in a bit. You'll feel it once it hits the key. It's going to have a lot more tension. And we're back to 1 3/4 inches. Now once you have this all set up, you can do the same thing for the other side. All right, so now we're up front. We're gonna remove our factory front shocks. Now I do have a floor jack underneath the lower knuckle, because once we remove the lower bolt, it's gonna wanna drop a little bit. It's not gonna do anything drastic, but this is gonna help ease the tension on that lower mounting bolt so we can get it out easier. So our lower bolt is a 21mm bolt with a 21mm nut. So we've got our 21mm socket and 21mm wrench to remove the lower bolt. And we're going to use our 21mm wrench to get these top two nuts off. So we'll start with our lower mounting bolt first. So we'll get in and get this lower bolt off. Get that nut out of the way. We'll run this bolt out. Now you may need to move your jack up a little bit to get the tension off of the lower mounting bolt, or we can also loosen our top nuts, whichever you prefer. Both are going to do the same thing. Just want to pull this bolt fully out. Now we can get our two upper mounting nuts off, again with our 21mm wrench. Now you do have a little harness locator on this stud. Just need to push that up and out of the way. You can remove this fender liner. It's not necessary. You can access these nuts without it. You want to support your shock while removing your final nut. You can just pull that right out. And once you have this side off, you can repeat the same process for the other side. So now we can install our new shocks. What we're going to do is get our top two mounting points in first with our provided hardware, our bolt and our lock nuts. Then we'll get our bottom factory bolt back in place. So we'll slide this up in and get that. One little tip, you can let your jack down if you have that under. It's going to give you a little bit more room, so we'll do that now. So we've got our upper two bolts loosely in place. We'll get our bottom bolt in and then we'll come back and tighten everything down. So now you may have to compress your shock a little bit to get it to line up with the bottom mounting points. You want to grab onto it, pop that up a little bit, slide your factory bolt through. You can reinstall our factory nut. We'll bring back our 21mm socket wrench and tighten this back down first. Now to tighten down our upper two bolts, we're going to use our 18mm wrench for our lock nuts and a 19mm swivel socket with an extension to grab onto that bolt. And once you've got this side installed, you can repeat the same process for the other side. You always want to make sure to torque your hardware down to the factory recommended specifications. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Rancho 2-inch front level-it system for your 20 current Silverado and Sierra 2500 and 3500 HD. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.